So Xbox just hit the reset button, baby. And no one saw this coming. Phil Spencer's out, Sarah Bond is out. And instead of promoting the person everyone expected, Microsoft picked an AI exec and said, hey, that's where we are. Let's talk about what actually happened and what this means for the future Xbox. Let's do it. All right, check it out. The whole breakdown comes from reporting from Tom Warren over at The Verge, and he's been talking to current and former Microsoft employees. It's messy as a bad breakup. So let's see what happened. Phil Spencer, the face of Xbox for over a decade, decided to resign last year after what was pretty much a brutal few years internally. The ABK acquisition dragged on way longer than expected. The pivot to multi-platform upset core fans. Console hardware has been on decline for the past 3 years, and then the succession plan dropped. Most people assume Sarah Bond, myself included, who was the president of Xbox and very public-facing. Microsoft did not agree. Instead, Satya Nadella and A.B. Hood promoted Asha Sharma, an AI exec from Microsoft, to lead Xbox. The decision alone shocked fans. Shocked me. I heard AI and I was like, But I digress. Internally, according to Warren sources, it didn't shock employees at all. And this is the wild part. The announcement actually leaked early. IGN was prepared to run a story, so Microsoft rushed the announcement. Teams inside Xbox reportedly found out from reporters instead of inside memos. Sarah Bond's LinkedIn had a post about accessibility feedback go live right before her departure. 4 memos went out. Only Phil Spencer mentioned Sarah Bond. That's not a good sign. That's just corporate tension. It's heavy. Anytime leadership leaves and it feels like people are getting erased from the narrative, that tells you something happened behind the scenes. And then we get to the Xbox Everywhere strategy. Sarah Bond was heavily associated with Xbox Everywhere strategy. The idea was, you don't need an Xbox console to play Xbox. Cloud gaming on PCs, phones, tablets. This is an Xbox campaign literally positioned a phone as an Xbox, and internally, apparently it offended employees. Offended me. And I have every console on a PC. Someone new comes in, you've been working on this hardware for God knows how long, trying to make it the best, and then you say, hey, we don't need that. We don't need that. Use your phone. Get that Samsung TV. We got Fire Stick, that's an Xbox too. We good, we don't need it. Like, what was she thinking, man? Now listen, expanding the brand beyond hardware makes sense in theory. But if your hardware revenue is declining for 3 straight years, you might be chasing tomorrow's customers while losing today's. The line hits. Keep that. Keep that. That's a bar right there. Keep that one. Keep that one. So Xbox hardware revenue has declined for 3 years. Predictions say it's going to keep continuing. And we're in a generation where the Series S and X have never really shifted momentum. And enter Asha Sharma. All right, here's the twist. Microsoft didn't double down on Bond's strategy. They reset it. She openly says she's not a gamer. She comes from AI. Employers are worried she'll force AI into everything. But in her memo, she says, we will not flood our ecosystem with soulless AI slop. Games are art. That line feels real intentional. It might be genuine. My take on why Microsoft really did this is like, this feels less like punishment and more like panic. Xbox is one of Microsoft's only consumer brands left. If that brand weakens, that's a big problem. So what do? You bring in someone that's known for execution, platform launches, user acquisition, someone who focuses on growth, not legacy. Now let's not ignore this part. Phil Spencer will be remembered as the guy who saved Xbox after the Xbox One disaster. Crossplay, buy one, play anywhere. Game Pass forcing competitors to respond. He rebuilt Xbox's reputation, but this generation didn't win. What I'm wondering, here's what I'm wondering. Is Xbox moving away from hardware entirely? Is this a slow death of the console, or is it the beginning of a real comeback? And can someone who isn't a gamer lead one of the most passionate gaming brands in the world? This is either a genius reset, or the moment we look back and say, yeah, it's when Xbox changed forever. They full third party now. So, Sharma says the next 25 years belongs to the teams who dare to build something surprising. Cool, but here's the real question. Does Xbox even know what it wants to be? Let me know down in the comments. Is this the reset we needed, or are we watching a slow fate of a console giant? Because the next year has to be huge. Peace, boy!